I love to entertain, I love to host. That's one of my love languages. So the atmosphere that I want to create in the space is super warm, super inviting, super cozy. I honestly love ambient lighting. I feel like it plays such a key in your design. I feel like people wake up and they read the newspaper, but I'm on Facebook Marketplace sourcing for lamps. My kitchen marble has been on my Pinterest board for the longest time. I really wanted it to be like the focal point of this renovation project.
Okay, Abby, if you want to just introduce yourself.
My name is Abhishek Dekade, and I live here in Toronto. Moved here about 12 years ago for culinary school. Moved into this apartment 10 years ago. When I first walked into this apartment, the thing that really stuck out to me was the view and the floor-to-ceiling windows, and it was just love at first sight. I've kind of combined a mix of mid-century modern, Scandinavian, a little bit of industrial, a bit of Japandi. I've tried to incorporate a lot of warm tones, so you'll see a lot of wood, a lot of neutrals, and then I've just added a lot of pops of colors where I feel like it was a space that needed it, so. This is my kitchen. This is truly the heart of my home. This is where I love to cook, host, and entertain friends, family, and loved ones. Previously, there was no kitchen island here. Because I love to cook, I really wanted to have the cooktop on this kitchen island, and I really wanted to have a space that was very communal and a place where people could gather. So it kind of becomes a place where guests can sit down, I get to cook, I get to have conversations with them, I can be shaking up and making drinks.
Okay, now let's hear about the marble.
My favorite thing.
Yeah.
Sourcing the stone was definitely a journey. This marble, also known as a Calicata viola, is very specific and it's also hard to find. So this was a process that my dad and I took on together, and we spent almost a total of 8 months, which sounds wild. Because natural stone varies so much, I really was fixed on a very specific type of veining that I wanted in this kitchen. So I really had friends, family. We actually created multiple WhatsApp groups with people in different cities. They would FaceTime us, they would send us photos. They really were just as invested as I was to find this stone. Luckily, one day, there's a retailer just up the street north of Toronto that bought in a shipment of the stone. I went in that morning and I got the stone of my dreams. Back home in India, my grandma also has a very similar burgundy stone in her kitchen, and I knew that I really wanted to kind of bring that piece of home here. It is porous, so you are going to have some natural staining on it. A lot of people say don't have natural stone, especially if your cooktop is here, but I'm always happy to break the rules. I really do love that lived-in look. All the memories that I create will be shown on this marble, and that's kind of what I wanted. But I still had quite a bit of the marble left from the slab, so I decided to use it as a countertop for my bathroom as well. Because I really wanted the stone to be the star of the show, I made sure that my appliances were panel ready. I opted for millwork that covered all of the appliances. So this right here is my fridge. I also have my dishwasher that's panel ready. This way your focus is not really on the appliance, but it is on the entire kitchen as a whole. I also created these open shelving, and this is kind of a space for me to display all of my favorite cookbooks, but also dinnerware and glassware that I feel should be put out on display. Yeah, this is really the space that I spend quite a lot of time in because I'm always cooking. Right, so this is my living room. I love that it is very inviting, it's very warm, it's very cozy. I love how multifunctional the space is. I really built this living room around this beautiful brown leather couch. I actually got this couch pre-renovation, and I knew that after renovating, I was gonna have this be the focal point of my living room. Yeah, I absolutely love how this entire space is something that kind of flows. I picked this rug because it has lines that flow. Same with this coffee table. It has got this unique oblong shape, which really allows for guests to kind of move around freely. When I'm looking to add additional seating, these two armchairs typically move to the side, and then I have a bench that's in my bedroom that comes into the living room, and that also has seat cushions. I place these little drink tables and side tables that can also act as a little stool, which is very helpful for additional seating. Now it can easily seat 10 people comfortably, and I love that. One of my favorite vintage pieces in this space is actually this tiny stool that I came across at an antique market, which I later found out is actually a milking stool. I feel like when I'm going through antique markets or thrift stores, it's like being a kid in a candy store. As much as I want to bring home a lot, I know that I have to be intentional. And when I come across pieces that bring joy and add a little bit of oomph to my space, it's coming home with me. When it comes to hosting, I definitely love to set the mood, and lamps are the perfect way to do that. Being able to have lamps that act as both decor and function was super important to me. I love that I can move them around based on the vibe that I'm trying to create. This one right here is portable and it's cordless, so it's rechargeable, and it's awesome because if someone's having a drink on a side table, I can just place it down, and it's just created this like really cute, cozy vibe that is perfect for entertaining. One of my favorite lamps that I have is the IKEA and Raw Color Testaments table lamp that's on my office desk. Because I'm sharing that space between an entryway and also my workspace, I knew that I wanted to just break that wall down just so that I can have light that flows seamlessly into this space. Also, I just wanted to work through increasing height in this apartment. My dad's an engineer, so he started to poke the walls to see if there was any additional space. Turns out that there was a lot, so he was able to convince our contractor to just take a hammer, break through the ceiling, and we were able to extend a lot of vertical space. I also increased the height of both my bedroom and bathroom doors. Instantly, the 700 square foot condo looks double the size. So this is my bedroom, and this is really the place that I come at the end of the day to just relax, unwind, and I really wanted the space to feel like a cozy sanctuary. The colors in the space are very warm. I really wanted to play around with lighting that really added to the ambiance of the bedroom. I found these stunning wall sconces that have been on my Pinterest board for the longest time. I knew that there were a couple of challenges just because I had to ship them overseas and then make them fit in the space. There were some beams that I had to also factor in when installing these sconces. The way that they're installed, that's kind of the farthest that I can go without hitting any of the structural beams, which is why the wall sconces went in first, and then I found a bed frame that really fit into the space. I knew that I really wanted like a built-in look, so I went for a queen bed that had built-in nightstands. And because I love warm tones, I wanted the wood to kind of blend in with the flooring as well. And then I just started to find colors that really complemented the wood tones in this room, which is why I knew that I also wanted to add a large plant in the space. To me, when I think of a sanctuary, I really think about incorporating nature into the space. I know that the tree is extremely large, but for me, like, it just feels like it adds like a sense of coziness to this space, and also kind of maximizing the vertical space in a corner of my room that I didn't really know what to do with. Another feature that I really wanted to incorporate into this room was to add some additional seating. I opted to go for a built-in reading nook, which blends into my millwork and my closet space. Having that built-in look just opens up the space a lot more. I also use it as a vignette to display some of my pieces that I'm really loving, just show off some of my favorite things. My intention when designing the space was to really have a place of gathering. I've celebrated a lot of birthdays, a lot of special events, or just a casual wine and cheese night with friends. One of my most cherished memories in this apartment was hosting New Year's Eve that I also used as a housewarming party, where I had almost 18 people in this apartment. Instantly, the space just felt like home, and I worked so hard to have a space where I could host my friends, family, and loved ones, where I could cook, make drinks, and also converse with my guests. Now I finally have a space that I can share these memories with the people that I love the most.